Perfect. Okay, well, welcome you guys. Oh my gosh, it's a crazy turnout. I thought I would open the call a little early, maybe just like visit with a couple people, but then I was like, oh snap, everyone is waiting to get on here. So that is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get everything set up here, make sure I have no distractions, turn off all of my notifications. Perfect. Okay, well, welcome you guys. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us. My name's Kirsten Clark, and I'm going to kick this off with a bit of a welcome. We are so excited that you have joined us this evening to learn all about what we do as coaches. Whether you call it a fitness influencer, a wellness coach, an affiliate coach, we are referring to the opportunity that is Beachbody coaching. We are sharing this opportunity with you tonight because this business has hands down change the trajectory of our lives, our team's lives, our clients' lives. This business has been such a blessing for us, and we want to share that blessing with you guys. But we know you have questions. We want to make sure that not only do we paint the picture of opportunity for you guys, but we want to make sure that you make an informed decision to make sure that this is the right fit for you. Okay, perfect. So, one thing I just want to say really quick is I always tell my clients who are posting their workouts, recommending the products and the programs and inspiring others to take action. You're obviously passionate about the results you've got. You're passionate about the products that you're using and the community that you're a part of. So you realize you're doing exactly what I do. You're just not getting paid, right? So why not get paid for your rave reviews? Everyone's asking you how you got your results. Everyone's asking, how are you so happy? How'd you get in shape? You look amazing. Like, you look so happy. It could be you that gets that compensation, not me, right? You could refer them to your coach. You could refer them to someone else, but why not you? Why not it be you that helps your friends, your family, your coworkers, your followers, your people get results? It's honestly so rewarding. It is the most rewarding job I've ever had. So to kick off our evening, we thought we'd give you a little bit of perspective into our world when we first started our businesses. We want to show you what's possible for even the busiest people with no business training, with no social media following, with absolutely no history with fitness. It's amazing what you can do with a little bit of passion and a whole lot of hard work. So first off, I want to invite my friend and my coach, Morgan, to share her story on how she got started.
All right. Thanks, Kirsten. And I reached out to Kirsten. So she was a customer of mine. I reached out to her. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this like accountability group. Do you want to join? She's like, actually, I'm going to Mexico in 3 weeks. Sure. Like, I'd like to feel good in my bikini. So she ended up getting awesome results. And I reached out to her probably like 5 times to tell her, like, you would be so good at this. Cause she's just got like that creative edge, and she's just a very passionate person. And she kindly said no to me like 5+ times. She'll probably tell you that too. And then finally she decided to kind of dip her toe in. But sometimes that's just what happens. It might not be for somebody right off the start. They take a while to think about it. And that's kind of why we wanted to do this call, for people who are just thinking about it, right? Like, I just want to hear people's stories and get a little bit more information. So my story started probably 15 years ago. My older sister ordered the old school Turbo Jam workouts. I don't know if any of you have done Turbo Jam, maybe. She ordered them off of the TV. And I thought they looked lots of fun, so I would do them kind of with her. And I mean, throughout the next 10 years, I did Beachbody workouts here and there. I kind of love Chalene Johnson. She made Turbo Jam, so I got some of her workouts, like Turbo Fire and Chalene Extreme. I illegally burned Insanity off of the computer. I got my boyfriend to do it. Illegally burned P90X. So did lots of those programs. Went to the gym a ton in university, and then went to university to get my biology degree as well as my education degree. So I was going to be a high school biology and chemistry teacher. And I took my first teaching position, moved back home with my parents. And I was just like, Morgs, like, you are not going to have time for the gym anymore. So why don't, like, what's going to keep you on track? And I'm like, okay, you know what? I've done these workout programs at home in the past, but I've never actually done one start to finish. So maybe this is the time where I commit. Like, I'm going to be a crazy busy first year teacher living in my parents' basement. Let's order a workout program and just commit to it from start to finish. So I decided to order a 90-day program from Beachbody, and I actually just came across the little tab on the website that said become a coach. And I was like, what? Like, I've known Beachbody for over 10 years and I've never heard about this coaching thing. I wasn't really on social media. It wasn't my thing. And so I told my boyfriend at the time about it. I was like, yeah, Morg, it's like, you love fitness, you love their workouts, like you really like helping people. You've got a lot of our friends into fitness and stuff. Like, why don't you just sign up? And I'm a terrible decision maker. I don't know if any of you on this call have thought about being a coach for a long time, but I could not make up my mind, but I kept talking about it. And finally, he's like, Morgan, if you do not just sign up already, like, I'm going to sign you up because this is too much. Like, you're too annoying. Like, if you can't stop talking about it, just freaking sign up already. So I knew nobody who was a coach. Nobody asked me to be a coach, like nothing, but I signed up. And from there on out, I messaged my coach and I said, hey, like, because I just was like given a kind of a random one. I'm like, I think I became a coach. What do I do? And she's like, okay, like, start watching these training videos, et cetera, et cetera. So I fell in love right then and there. Like, once I started the training and started learning like what this was, oh man, did I fall in love. But I won't lie, I don't know if any other coaches on here can attest to this, but I did feel sort of embarrassed off the start. Like, so I was falling in love with this. Like, it lit a fire in me, because before that, I felt like I was sort of just going through the motions of life. Like, I love teaching, but I don't know, like, I wasn't really excited to wake up early or excited to stay up late and do something. I just didn't really have that passion and fire. And learning about coaching was doing that for me. Like, I wanted to get up early. I wanted to stay up late. But at the same time, a part of me was actually like kind of almost embarrassed about what I was doing, or just the fear of people judging me. Because I was like, I went to school to be I got a biology degree. I got an education degree. Like, I'm supposed to be a high school biology and chemistry teacher. Like, what on earth are people going to say about me if I'm starting this side online fitness business? Like, I did feel self-conscious, but I decided, I'm like, you know what? I'm loving this. So I'm going to earn my credibility. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to do this for at least 5 years, because that's what I gave university. And I'm going to show people I can stick with this. And I can do it in a way that helps so many people, the right way. I'm not salesy or scammy or any of that, but I'm going to show them, and I'm going to earn their trust and their credibility. Not everybody, but lots of people. So I was able to set that fear aside, mainly because I started to see the potential of the business. I watched one training video where I saw income growth. And I don't know if there's any other teachers on this call, but as a teacher, your income is not extremely large and limited. And I hope in my lifetime I see teachers get paid more than they do, because their jobs are vital. They are the most important job, and they're extremely undervalued. So I hope in my time I see that. But as a teacher, I did feel limited. I feared for our future family. I'm like, I can see us having a lot of struggles with money and being very restricted. And it gave me like anxiety. I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally just finished university and I feel stressed about this already. So when I saw that training video of kind of income potential, I'm like, I love this. And this is the potential. Like, this is meant for me. So from there on out, I knew this was, if I worked really, really hard, this was the way I was going to take that anxiety off my chest, and I was going to create freedom for our family, where we didn't have to worry about finances or not being able to travel or how to pay our bills. So with that fuel, after a few years, I did decide to step back from teaching, and I'm a mom now. So I am home with our daughter full time, working when she sleeps. And I'm just very, very, very grateful for that we, have a lot in savings. We don't have debt. We built a new house, and just it blows my mind all the time. So I'm going to share a bit more about the income potential in a bit, but I'm going to toss it over to Jen to share her story.
Wow, that was awesome, Morgan. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so my journey began back in 2013. I was living in Hampton, Virginia. I'm originally from Canada, but I went to school in the States because I had a volleyball scholarship. So to all my athletes out there, hey. So 2013, I was actually in my second year of pharmacy school, and it was the first time that I wasn't playing sports. I had played sports my entire life. Like since I was like 3 years old, that's what I knew. I was always a part of a team, and I loved playing sports. I loved being a part of a community. And at that point in my life, I was struggling. Like I could not hold myself accountable. I was going to the gym, but I had gained about 15 pounds because, that happens when you're not going to practices 3 hours a day and you're not waking up at 5 a.m. with your team to go do conditioning. And randomly, I got a Facebook friend request one day, and I thought, this is really weird. Like I wasn't even on social media that much, and Morgan's name popped up, and I was like, I think this is my friend's friend. This is really weird. But for some reason, I accepted it, and thank goodness I did. And right away, I was instantly hooked to what she was posting. It was speaking directly to me at that point in my life. She was putting up just like motivational quotes and fitness tips and nutrition tips, and that was exactly what I was trying to do. And then one day, she posted a before and after photo. It wasn't even of her. It was, I think it might have been one of her clients, or it might have just been somebody that did Insanity or something. Anyways, I saw the before photo and I saw the after photo, and I thought, I look like the before and I feel like the before. Like the girl in the photo, you could tell she was sad and uncomfortable, and that's exactly how I felt at that point. I literally could not fit into my pants at that point. I remember the one morning I was waking up to go to class because I was in pharmacy school. We had to wear dress clothes every day. And for those of you back in 2013, there were not very many stretchy dress pants. Now there are, thank goodness, but back then there was not. And I literally remember like jumping into my pants that fit the year before. And it was just a really terrible feeling. And I just knew I needed something. And I had been trying for an entire year to hold myself accountable. I was going to the gym, but where I lacked was my nutrition. And on the weekends, I was still partying. I was still going out. I was still drinking with friends. And every single Monday, I was like, I'm going to start this week. This is the week. I'm going to do it, you guys. And by like Wednesday, I was eating Subway cookies, stressed out, studying, telling myself I didn't have time to meal prep. I didn't know how. I literally didn't even know how to make chicken at that point in my life. Like I did not know how to make food. And Morgan invited me on Facebook. And the first time I actually was like, I don't know about this. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. But then I continued watching her, and I continued feeling crappy in my own skin, and nothing was changing for what I was doing myself. So she invited me again, and I said, okay, I'm going to try it. What do I have to lose? I'm struggling here by myself. Maybe this will be the thing that actually works for me and I can actually stick to. So I got my package. I went all in. I was so excited, you guys. And right away I got added into the little Facebook group. So I started as a customer. This was all entirely for me, and it was exactly what I needed. So we're in this Facebook group with all these women. I had no idea who they were, but I loved it. Every single morning during that time, I felt like I had purpose. I was waking up and I was excited to check into this random Facebook group. And there's a little assignment, wasn't anything crazy. Post your sweaty selfie, post one of your healthy meals. And I just thrived. And it was only about, I think, a week and a half, 2 weeks in. And I was like, I'm in love. I'm obsessed with this. I love this community. I love the workouts. I love the Shakeology. I'm obsessed. So I was like the ideal customer. I messaged Morgan and I said, hey, I think I want to be a coach. I honestly didn't even really understand what that meant. I didn't even know that this was multi-level marketing. Like, I just knew that I love the programs and the products, the community, and I knew more people could benefit from something like this in their life, because I knew I was struggling, and I knew in those 2 weeks it helped me so much, and I wanted to pay that forward to other people. So I signed up as a coach, dove all in. I was excited. But guys, remember, I was in pharmacy school working towards my doctorate, which is not easy. And I was in class 9 to 5. I would do my workout. I wasn't the greatest at waking up early. I usually stayed up late to work this business, but it was fun. And it didn't even feel like a job. I loved it. I would go to school and I would look forward to my lunch break because I would check into my groups. I would do some invites. I would check into the community and the coach groups. And that's what I did for 3 years. While I worked towards getting my doctorate, I did coaching on the side. And honestly, it was the best situation ever. A lot of people in my class did have part-time jobs in retail or some in the hospital. And it was really hard for them because, say, a test popped up and they had to work. It was really hard for them to have to go to work and study when they got home and then have the test the next day. Where I had the situation, I got to work when I wanted to work. So if I had an exam, I probably only put in 30 minutes to my coaching business that day. But on the weekend, if I had more time, I was able to put more hours in, and it just worked so perfectly. So it was really and truly my side hustle for those 3 years. And then I graduated with my doctorate May 2016. And I feel like I came to another crossroad in my coaching business. And I had fallen in love with coaching, and I decided to go full time with coaching. And a lot of people were like, what? Like, you just went to school for 7 years. And honestly, what Morgan was talking about, I was kind of like, am I doing the right thing? Like, this is like, what? I don't know. But now, 2020, looking back to that 2016 decision, wow, am I thankful that I decided to take that path, because at that point I was earning about the same that I would as a pharmacist. And like Morgan talked about, pharmacists make great money. They do. But again, there's a ceiling, there's a cap, unless you want to go on and open your own pharmacy or do a different path with pharmacy. But most people do retail, and that's what I was planning on doing. And there's a ceiling, where with coaching, there's literally no ceiling, there's no cap. So I decided to go all in. And from that point, 2016, I've doubled my income, which is mind blowing and just absolutely amazing. So now here I am, 2020, married. Me and my husband live in our house. And it's just insane to look back on this one decision that I said yes to coaching that has led to this. So I'm just so excited that you guys are here today, just open-minded, ready to learn about something, because this truly could change your entire life and become this amazing community for you. So please listen to all this whole call, and I hope that you learn something and decide if this is right for you. So I'll pass it off to Kirsten. She'll share a little bit about her story.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jen. Okay, so Morgan kind of touched on how I started. Let's just say I was never known for fitness. Like, I played sports all growing up, but then kind of like grade 12 in college, it's like, probably not going to do much physical exertion. Like, that's not my thing. But I always had a great metabolism. up until about that point, I was I would say, social smoker, drank on the weekends, probably meant I had late night McDonald's every weekend. I was not healthy. Like I remember my breaking point with messaging Morgan. There was 2 breaking points. We had a condo before this, split level, lots of stairs. I remember carrying the laundry basket up the stairs and being out of breath and being like, dude, you're 24 and you're out of breath carrying this basket. Like, that's not good. Something's got to change. So I'm like, whatever, like, yeah, I'll mix in broccoli every now and then. We'll get. And then back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember, Victoria's Secret used to make bathing suits. May they rest in peace. They were amazing. They don't anymore. All my life I had ordered them, and they were so cute. And you'd look forward to getting that package in the mail. And like Morg said, I had a family vacation to Mexico coming up. Super pumped. Ordered some. They came in the mail, and I put them on. And I just remember looking in the mirror being like, I don't recognize that person. I don't know who this is. Like, my whole life, I felt like this was never something I had to worry about. I never had to like think about that. It never bothered me. And then I didn't recognize who I was, and I just felt out of control. And it's not that I didn't, love my curves or whatever, but I just felt like I had lost control. And I felt, I'm not only am I seeing a difference, but I'm feeling a difference in these negative behaviors. So I knew I needed to try something. I had tried group fitness classes, expensive group fitness classes. I thought if I paid more money, I would get better results. That's not how it works. You have to put in work. Apparently, I just thought you could like pay a really expensive trainer and you would just be like, I'm fit now. No, it doesn't work like that. So I will be honest. So I know Morgan. Morgan and I grew up together. And growing up, her fiance and we were really good friends. And I saw her posting on Facebook, and she knows this. I made fun of her because I was like, who does she think she is? She's so happy and healthy. Okay, like, congratulations, like, you're doing well. And like, that's miserable people are like that, right? Like, when you're not happy and you're not doing well, you're unhealthy, you kind of like attack other people that are seeming to thrive. And for the longest time, I was like, oh my God, like, I would never do that. Like, oh, like never. I go to a fancy trainer. Like, I have an expensive trainer. Clearly it wasn't working. So fast forward to this point where I got these bathing suits in the mail. I knew this trip was coming up. And I swear it was like divine intervention. I got a pop-up on my Facebook, which I never used. And Morgs was like, hey, Kirst, I'm running a challenge group coming up. It's a 3-week fitness program at home. Is this something you'd want to do? And I was just like, yes. Oh my God, take my money. I need to try something different because this isn't working. And it was way cheaper than my trainer. So I was like, okay, let's try. What's the worst that could happen? So my first program was 21 Day Fix. I don't know if anyone's tried 21 Day Fix before. I lost, I think it was 11 pounds and 12 inches. 11 inches, 12 pounds. And I felt so good, like so good finally. And it was 3 weeks. So I'm like, I can do that. And my coach, Morgan, I kept being like, hey, my friend Haley wants to do this. Or, hey, like, my mom wants to do this. Can you help all those people? And she's like, dude, like, you're a walking billboard. You're talking about it. You're passionate about it. You're loving about it. You're loving it. Why don't you do it? And I was like, no, thank you. Like, I am a registered dental hygienist. I am a career woman. Like, I have a real job, Morgan. Thank you. But I have a real job. And little did she know, and little did I, lead on in that job. I was so miserable. I was in a dental office that it was a really toxic work environment. People came to work, they really did not love their job. Anyone that works in healthcare or dentistry, that like a break isn't guaranteed. There were days that you don't get a drink of water, you don't get a lunch break. Like, you'd be lucky if you could go pee. It was horrible. I was 24 years old and already struggling with repetitive strain injuries from my job. In my neck and in my back, having to get chiro, massage, acupuncture done so regularly because my back was, 40 years older than I was. And I remember my acupuncturist saying, like, you're going to have to reduce your hours at some point. Like, you're not going to be able to keep up working full time in this career because your back's going to give out. So that's kind of in the back of my head, like, oh my gosh, that's not good, but whatever, I'll figure it out down the road. And with the challenge pack that I bought, I got Shakeology. I'm not sure if you guys have tried it before, but it's a superfood smoothie. And it's one of the ingredients in it, it's really high in pre and probiotics. And at the time I was really suffering with IBS-D, really glamorous to be talking about shit on here. Sorry guys. But like, that is a really uncomfortable condition to have. It was the kind of thing that I didn't like leaving the house, especially if I didn't know like where we were stopping, how long in between trips. I would know in the city where the cleanest bathrooms were, public bathrooms, because it was horrible. So living with a condition like that's really uncomfortable. And after having, multiple visits to my gastroenterologist, scope after scope, there's really no answers. They're just like, well, you need to like get healthier and figure it out. There's not a lot we can do for you. So little did I know I was taking this, and I had a follow-up appointment, and I was like, oh, I've actually been symptom-free for like 2 months. He's like, well, what did you change? I'm like, well, like I've been working out, I've been eating healthier, and I've incorporated this smoothie. And he's like, well, next time you come, bring the bag and we'll talk about it. And I was like, can I keep up with this long-term? And he's like, it's working for you. Like, absolutely, absolutely. So Morgan, the next time she invited me, she's like, hey, I've noticed you keep ordering Shakeology month after month. If you want, you can just sign up for the discount. You get 25% off your Shakeology. And I was like, okay, that's a no-brainer. Sure, sign me up. But I don't want to run the business. I kept telling her that. No, I just want the discount. But then kind of like her, seeing people in the team page showing their income progressions and showing, what they were achieving and the trips they were going, I was kind of like, man, that looks fun. And they're earning real money and they're helping people. Like, I love this company. Why don't I try? And I'm the type of person, I've been a serial quitter. And I think my fear of starting was I was scared I was going to just quit on myself. And I was going to give up another thing. It was just going to be another thing I was going to fail or give up. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go all in. And it took me like a year or so, maybe even more, of being just a discount coach, helping out a friend or two here. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. I am going to do this because I deserve it. And I guess it would have been in 2016, after doing all the personal development within Beachbody, with, doing all this fitness and working my business, I finally got the courage and earned enough income through Beachbody to feel like, you know what? I am leaving this crappy full-time job at an office that does not appreciate me. I will never earn more money than I make right now at like 25. Isn't that insane for a woman to earn her lifetime earning potential at 25? I was not okay with that. I was tired of someone telling me when I could take holidays, when I could have a day off, if I was allowed to come in sick. Like, I feel like that's going to change now. But I remember calling in sick, and my doctor or the dentist I work with was like, how sick are you? I'm like, well, I'll probably have to put cotton rolls up my nose under my mask. And she's like, that'll be fine. You can come in. I'm like, okay, thank you. So then I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I quit that job. I picked up a casual position 3 days a week at an office I loved. If any of you need an office in Regina, I want to recommend to you, but we'll talk about that later. So they were so kind, and I was so open with my employer saying, this is my job. This is my main focus. And he was like, that's totally fine. But had I not dove into coaching and into personal development, I never would have had the courage to talk that way with my employer and tell him my plan was to be full-time eventually. That was my plan. And so I was a casual position there. And then as of May of last year, I decided I'm done. I'm retiring. I was expecting our first son. He was going to be born in July of last year. So in May, I decided that I was going to retire from dental hygiene. We had a retirement party, and at 29, I retired. I guess I was 30 by the time my last day was May 3rd. So I'm done. I'm done dental hygiene. That's it. I didn't renew my license this year. That's it. And I'm going all in. And I had notes, you guys, and I did not follow any of them. So I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. But basically, after seeing the potential in other women, so Jen signed up before me, Morgan signed up before me, and kind of watching their passion evolve and watching them grow, I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. We all bring something so unique to the table, and that's what makes us so good at our jobs, is that we're nobody but us. We're not trying to be anyone else. Our story is what grows our business. So, that's kind of my story. I knew that I wanted to be at home with my son. I knew long before that this was 6 years ago when I signed up as a coach. My then boyfriend and I remember telling him, like, I want to be able to be home with my baby one day. He's like, whoa, like, you're thinking ahead. Like, that's good for you. Like, okay. We weren't even engaged. We weren't married, but that was my why. That was my whole goal the whole time. It's like, one day I want to be able to be home with my baby and make more than I did as a dental hygienist. And he was kind of like, that's nice, hon. I believe in you. You can do it. And never in our wildest dreams did we think that that would be our reality. So that's kind of my spiel. So I want to hand it over to Jen. She's got a little bit to tell us about some resources that we have and ways to help you grow your business if you choose to dive in.
Yeah, so one awesome thing that I really, really love about coaching, well, there's a lot of things actually, but I really like that we work as a team. We truly do. And I know there's a lot of professions where it's kind of like a dog eat dog world. And they're like, these are my resources. I'm not going to let you use my resources. And that's not the case at all with coaching. We have a team training, which you will go through. It is very thorough. And a lot of people, sometimes when they sign up, they're like, oh my gosh, there's so much info. But that is a good thing. There are so many resources for you as a brand new coach. And I will say, I truly believe that is one of the reasons that I was successful right off the bat, was because I dove in to all of the trainings. I was so excited. I watched a ton of YouTube videos. I was staying up late at night just watching and just soaking up all of this information in, and also applying it at the same time. So we give resources to everybody that signs up on our team, but also there's a ton of just free resources. If you type into Google, if you type into YouTube, you can literally find anything you want to know about coaching, how to grow an Instagram, how to work the Coach Online office. If you go to the FAQ for Beachbody, you will literally find any question that you have, which is amazing. We truly have the best training and resources out there. And as soon as you sign up as a coach, it's not like, yay, you're a coach, there you go, off into the wind. No, we take you in. We have team pages on Facebook. We have a big team page called Success Clubbers, and that's really where our business building coaches are. And we share so many resources, so many tips. Morgan, Kirsten, and I, other leaders on our team, are in there every single day. We are truly trying to help every single coach succeed on our team. That is truly our goal. And it's amazing to be a part of. It's really one thing that I love, because everyone can be successful in this business. And we also have, the other thing I was going to touch on is team calls. We have team calls every single Tuesday, which has been really amazing, especially during this time. We've had our calls cap out at 100 people. We're going to have to get a new Zoom account or something, because so many people are hopping on these calls where we have different leaders on our team, where we ask other people to speak and just bring value and teach different topics, which is great. Every single Tuesday we have that. And then also company-wide, every single Monday, there's the National Wake Up Call. And you guys, I was actually thinking about it yesterday. I remember like driving to my pharmacy rotations and listening to the National Wake Up Call. Like, that was my time that I would catch up on these calls. I have never missed a National Wake Up Call. I listen to them all the time. Usually it's when I'm driving. Now that I work full time, I'll usually hop on just from my desk, but it was a great resource to have. They actually have them on the podcast app on your phone. You can just listen at any time, and they also stream them live on Facebook. But just know that when you sign up as a coach, you're going to have a ton of support and resources and training, which is truly an amazing thing to have. So I'm not sure who is next here. Is it Kirsten or Morgan?
I think Kirsten was going to share what she does in a typical day, and then I was going to go into income.
Sure. Okie dokie. So I've kind of broken it down here. Like, there are literally 101 ways that you can run this business. And that's kind of the beauty of it, right? You get to call the shots. You get to run it in a way that is authentic to you. And to your brand, right? Essentially, you are your brand. But I want to focus on 4 things. There's 4 things each day that we really focus on as coaches. And we call them the vital behaviors. There's 4 vital behaviors, and all coaches focus on these. These are something that we've come together collectively as Beachbody coaches and said, okay, these are the 4 most important things. There's a lot of other things you can do, but these 4 things are going to propel your business forward. One of the first and most important things is connecting with people, inviting people. And you want to reach out to people that you think would absolutely love this community, the programs, the products, and you're passionate about it. If you're on this call, chances are that you love what you do. You love Beachbody, the workouts, the products. You're so passionate about it. You're talking about it. That's what you're going to do. You're going to invite people to get the same results that you've got, to feel the same passion that you do. We want to let people know when there's awesome monthly promos going on. We talk about that. So we message our friends and say, hey, we have this promo coming up. You should definitely take a look at it. We send out free sample workouts to our friends. And that's one of the awesome things right now is we have so many free things to build value. And we help you grow your business in a way that is never salesy. So many people say they're worried about, well, I don't want to be salesy or annoying. Good. Thank goodness that you don't want that, because the way that we teach you to connect and invite and grow your business is in a way that is really authentic to you. Okay. And it's going to be really comfortable and organic. And that's the first real vital behavior, is inviting. Number 2 is being proof of the product. This does not mean you need to be in peak physical condition. You don't need a set of abs or a certain body type to be a coach. You don't need to be at your goal weight or anything like that. It means that you're putting in the work for yourself. You're showing up for you, doing the things that you're going to recommend that your clients do. You're showing up daily, doing your early morning workouts. You're going to, hop on your Instagram and share with them that you're up, you're taking your Energize, you're getting ready to go. You're going to be making your delicious superfood smoothie. You're going to be sharing with them how you made it. And you're going to be, taking an Insta as you're running out the door, busy for the day. You are proof that adopting a healthier lifestyle and doing so consistently is getting you results, be it physical, mental, or otherwise. Right? There's a lot of results that aren't just on the scale, and health looks different on everybody. And I think that's something we really, really want to hammer home is I used to think that I couldn't do this because I wasn't a certain fitness level or body type, or because of my past with, unhealthy eating and smoking and inactivity. I thought, well, I was immediately disqualified. But really, if you have a story to share, a journey that you're on, you are officially qualified to do what we do. So sharing your journey with products and programs and community is how you organically grow your business. So consumer to consumer marketing works for a reason. Your testimonial and your results build your business. So someone out there will relate to you, and only you, not to me, not to Morgan, not to Virginia. They're waiting to hear your story. Okay. So I think it's really important to know that your main priority in your business is you, focusing on you. Because that's the content that you're going to share is your journey. And that makes it one of the best ways to stay accountable to your own fitness journey. I've had a lot of coaches, and I know the other ladies can agree, one of the main reasons they sign up is because they know it's going to hold them accountable to their own journey. And it truly, truly does. When you have people watching you and showing up to see what you're doing and counting on you, you're not going to let them down. So number 3 is do personal development. You hear us all recommending podcasts and books. And there's a reason for it. The most successful people in the world swear by personal development. This isn't saying that you need fixing and it's self-help. It's saying that you want to grow. You are ready to level up, skill up as a person, as a business owner. And that's why we prioritize this so, so much. So it's something we tell our coaches to do every single day. Whether it be, like I said, a book, podcast, a YouTube video, consuming positive and constructive content each day will help you grow as a business person, as a human being, as a coach. You will grow from that. PD strengthens you from the inside out and helps you tackle any adversity that you may encounter along the way, whether it's in your business or your personal life. This makes you a better leader, a better wife, a better husband, a better friend, a better mom, a better dad. It makes you a better person when you have someone helping you in your ear every day, helping you grow. We're constantly recommending different and new personal development to our teams. You'll never be without recommendations, I promise you that. And the final vital behavior that we focus on is recognition. This one's huge. It's huge. Each day, we make sure to show love and recognize the hard work of our fellow coaches, our team members, our clients. We make it our mission to spread joy and lift one another higher. Yes, your individual efforts and your individual efforts alone are what will grow your business. But you have a beautiful community cheering you on and supporting you the entire way. You do not need to do this alone. And recognition is one of the things that we believe empowers women when we shout out a job well done, because I don't know if you've worked in a job where you have hustled and hauled butt and showed up early, stayed late, sacrificed, and never complained, and not once got a pat on the back or got a really weird pen and pad of paper for a Christmas present. And you're like, you're welcome. Like, I missed a lot in life and I gave you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and you didn't freaking notice. So for us, it is really important that we recognize your efforts. And as of daily, my business is so streamlined, and I think the other girls will agree. Like, I run my business almost, I'd say 85% just on Instagram. My stories and my posts, you see what I do there. There's some messaging going on in the DMs a little bit for sure. I host my challenge groups on Facebook. I have my coach training groups on Facebook. Again, there's 101 ways you can run this. We have new apps coming out for running groups for people who don't have Facebook, and it's going to be so awesome. It launches this weekend. There are so many options to run this business. So don't feel like I run my business one way, Jen does hers, Morgs does hers one way, that you have to follow ours. You can do it 101 different ways. But just know that it now, with the technology and the apps and the programs and the systems in place, it's very, very simple to apply these behaviors every single day. We provide you with checklists. We provide you with recorded hour-long sessions of us working our business, telling you exactly what to do for that time. And I think it's good to note in this part here that when I started as a coach, I didn't have a ton of time. I was working full time. So I had to work in pockets throughout my day. I would wake up early because this meant a lot to me. So I made that sacrifice of sleeping in that extra hour, and I'd work on my business and get my 21-day fix workout done. And like I said, during the day, I'd be lucky if I got a lunch break. I would wolf down my lunch and I would check my messages, maybe, send out a couple invites and connect with people and really grow my community. And then I'd work for, another 5 hours. And then as soon as I got home, I would shower and I'd get ready and start working again before dinner time, because it mattered to me. I made that time. And I didn't make the excuse of, well, I didn't have time. I was working full time. I knew that I had time if I looked hard enough, if I woke up a little earlier, if I stayed up a little bit later. And it probably equated to 1 to 2 hours a day. It wasn't a lot, but when I did work, I worked really, really hard in that time. Consistency is what matters in this business, and showing up and doing the work. And truly, that is the bread and butter of what we do every day, sharing our journey, inviting others to do the same, and building community and fostering community within our socials. So I'll toss it over to Morgan to talk about the financial opportunity here.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kirsten. So I'm actually going to share my screen with you guys. Virginia, Kirsten, and I all decided, we kind of hummed and hawed. We're like, do we share our income? Will people even want to know? Like, I don't know. And we're like, you know what? Let's do it. That income was what allowed us a lot of freedom. So I think we do share that. So I wanted to share my screen and share our income progressions with you guys, and then really explain, okay, like, where does this money actually come from? So I'm going to just share my screen here. And Jen, I see you. Can you see my screen okay? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring up Kirsten's income progression. So she started coaching in 2014. So these are yearly incomes, what she earned for the year. And at the bottom, we always, always, always put an income disclaimer. And it reads, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. And I love that, because I see this business just like 21-day fix, or what's the newest workout right now is called 10 rounds. Okay. So if somebody wants like full-blown results from their fitness program, they need to do the workouts every day with all-out efforts. They need to follow the nutrition plan, right? They're going to get awesome results. If they did like most of the workouts and kind of put in effort most days and kind of like half-ass the nutrition plan, their results are kind of going to be like mediocre, right? And that's what this business is. If you kind of work it like 3 days a week, and then you disappear for a month, and then you decide to come back the next month, and you kind of try and do it, the results aren't going to be there. These income progressions are coming from 3 women who did this every single day for 6 years, right? So I just want to preface that too. Like, if you're looking to grow an income, you do need to put in the time and effort every single day. And like Jen said, we have the trainings. Literally, as long as you do what you're learning in and you put in the work every day, and we literally have a checklist, you guys. We give everybody a checklist of what to do each day. And if you do that every day for 6 years, I guarantee you your income is probably going to look like this too. But anyway, so this is an example of Kirsten's income growth. You know, first year, $6,000, 2019, over 200 grand for the year. And we celebrated actually the other night that she achieved over 100 grand already for 2020, which is pretty crazy. So congratulations to you, girl. So that's Kirsten's. And then I'm going to bring up Jen's. So this is Virginia's income progression graphic. So again, as you can see off the start, like, it's not very much. And sometimes that's hard off the start, right? You're working really, really hard, and you might not be compensated for it that much, because this isn't like other jobs. You don't just get to show up and get paid $40 an hour, right? It's not going to be very much off the start, but 7 years down the road, you can work for your couple hours a day and get paid a significant income. That's how it works, right? So this is Jen's, 500 for her first year. And then up to, last year was over 200 grand as well. And Jen lives in the US, me and Kirsten live in Canada. So ours is in Canadian, Jen's is in US. So just for the conversion for everybody. And Virginia actually achieved a huge milestone last week or the week before. We celebrate something, we call it like the million club, but it's earning $1 million in your business. And Virginia just hit that, like 1 or 2 weeks ago, right, Jen? Yeah. So shout out to her. All right. And then I'm just going to bring up mine, and you'll notice I'm not as good at graphics as Virginia and Kirsten. So mine's pretty simple. So this is my income progression graphic. So starting out 2013, and it really just depends when you started. I started a little earlier in the year, so 4,000 or so, and then last year I made just over 500,000, and then this year a little over 200,000 year to date as well. So those are the income progressions. I just want to stop screen sharing here, just so you guys. Basically, we wanted to show you guys that to get just an idea of the potential, because sometimes I'll be talking to people and they'll be like, oh, like, you must make a couple $100 a week. And I'm like, well, I used to, and now I do okay for myself. But me, Jen, and Kirsten were talking the other day too, and we're like, we all do make a significant income, but we've actually never worked harder than we are right now, because we do truly love this. Like, I've got text messages that I got to respond to tonight from some of my coaches, like just how good they feel after completing their first workout program, or how much better their relationship is with their spouse after I recommended a book to them, right? That they just feel that much more confident about themselves and their relationship, or them earning their first like $500 during this time that they got, laid off from their job. Like, it's something that's really hard to explain. Like, I actually have to force myself to stop working. When I do my to-do list for the day, I have to set timers, you guys, or else I could do this all day long. So in those income progression graphics, you're probably like, okay, Morgs, like, do you guys just sell a crap ton of stuff and like you just get better at selling stuff the longer you do this? No. If that was this gig, I would have been like, peace out. No, not for me. Like, I am not storing product in my office and like shipping it out to people. No. We don't do any of that. So how your income actually grows. So initially your income just comes from commission. Okay. So if I sold a challenge pack to Virginia, I earned 25% of that, right? So initially that's the only way you can earn. And I'm not going to go like nitty gritty into income. You can ask your coach. We have training videos on that because there's like over, like there's probably like 8 different ways to earn, and you would probably be like, it'd be really confusing right now, but we can get you that info if you are a super detailed person. But as you could progress in the business, there's different ways to earn. So first is commission. Second is helping your team of coaches succeed. So for example, I don't earn income by coaches signing up. So if you're on this call and you're like, is my coach going to earn money off me signing up? No. That's why they're not going to pressure you to sign up or not. Like, it doesn't matter to them. The only way they're going to even get any income is if you do, if they help you succeed. If I didn't mentor Virginia or Kirsten and help them, I'd still probably be making $500 a week, right? But I was training, I was getting them resources, I was training them, I was getting on calls with them, I was texting them. And if I didn't know the answer, I asked somebody else, right? So don't worry if you don't know the answer. So that's the second main way to earn. You're helping your own coaches succeed. And then there's lots of different quarterly bonuses. Like, our quarterly bonuses go up to about $50,000 per quarter you can earn. So that's like an extra $200,000 once you progress in the business. And there's a couple other different ways to earn an income too. I just never want people to think when they look at the income progression graphics that they're like, oh my gosh, you're just selling way more. Because I'm kind of selling, like, I'm helping people get started, like kind of the exact same amount as I did off the start. Like, I'm not earning just a ton more commission. I'm just earning in the other ways as well. So again, if you're wanting like the nitty gritty specifics, like, we have videos on that. We can definitely get those to you. So I'm going to hand it over to Jen to just talk quickly about a couple different other things you can earn that are maybe the best part of all of this.
Yes. Thank you so much, Morgan, for sharing that. I'm going to share my screen. You guys see my screen? Yay. Okay. Oh, even just looking at this makes me so happy. So I know we're getting kind of long on this call, so I'll just touch on this quickly, but we get to go on trips as a team, and that's one of the best parts of coaching is this community. So one of our events is Coach Summit. So it's like our biggest conference of the year. This year, obviously canceled, which was a bummer, but that picture in the top with like a bunch of people with their arms out, that was in Indianapolis. I think that was last year. And you get to go work out with the super trainers. If you guys love Shaun T or Autumn Calabrese, any of them, they do live workouts. And I went to Summit in 2014, and that's really when I fell like even more in love with coaching, because I was obsessed with Shaun T. I don't know if anyone else is, but like, he was my person. And I got to meet him in person, give him a hug, and you also get to see all the coaches that you talk to online, because a lot of these people you don't know. Like, I actually had never met Morgan in person, I don't think, until we went to our first summit together, and I had never met Kirsten, and we were like besties online, and we're like, this is kind of weird, like, we've actually never met in person. So we got to meet at Summit in Nashville, I think was the first time we met. So Summit is like our big event. We have trainings from top coaches, and we get to learn about new products, and it's just a great weekend. And then we also have another big one that people see is the Success Club trip. So every year there's a trip that you can earn, and you get to go on some tropical vacation. The middle top one, you can see Morgan, me, Kirsten, Hillary. That was in Dominican Republic, I believe, but they always pick a different location. We went on cruises. We went to Mexico, Dominican. This year, again, obviously canceled, which was a bummer, but they're so much fun. And again, we get to work out live with trainers, and Success Club trip is more like chill. You get to hang out with other coaches. They have maybe one training, and it's really just fun, and you actually get to earn that trip by helping people, which is incredible. Like, they will cover your room because you've earned it, you worked hard for this, right? And then we still cover our plane tickets to get there, but like the whole resort, inclusive resort, is covered by them if you earn the trip, which is insane and amazing. And then there's other opportunities like leadership retreats. So once you get so far up in the company, you get invited to the leadership retreat they have once a year. There's a new leader conference as well. And then also we do have local meetups from time to time with our team, or you can reach out and network with coaches in your local community. I know in Arizona, like, I moved here in 2016 and I didn't know anyone. And my friends now are coaches. They're actually not even on our team specifically. I just met them through a Facebook page. I was like, oh, hey, you live in Arizona? Me too. I'm a coach. And instant best friends. Like, it's incredible. And then lastly, team retreats. Sometimes the coach that you sign up with will host certain retreats and you get to go to things like that as well. But there's so many opportunities to go on trips and see people in person. We probably travel, I would say, 4 or 5 times a year for different trips. And I mean, not always can you go. I actually couldn't go on the Success Club trip the first 3 years because I was in pharmacy school, and sometimes people are pregnant or whatever the case is, and sometimes you have to miss, but when you do get to go, it's always absolutely incredible. So yeah, those are some of our pictures from some of our trips that have been so much fun. So I will pass it over to Morgan to kind of explain what's next.
Awesome, perfect. And if some of you are moms, which a lot on our team are, don't worry. On the trip, you can leave your kid at home, or you're welcome to bring them too. As the one photo you could see, I had Ella in my carrier. So if you have new babies, like, not to worry, you're going to be among very good friends. They literally at Summit have it's called Mommy and Me, but dads are welcome, Mommy and Me workout. It's like a bunch of moms and their babies are in carriers, and they get to do workouts too. It's the best. So just wanted to let you know if you've got kiddos at home too. So all of this info real quick. If this isn't for you, no big deal. Like, I'm still so glad you came and just were open and learned. If this is for you and you're wondering, okay, like, what's the next, like, what do I do next? This is what you do. You reach out to the coach that invited you here and you say, I enjoyed the webinar. Like, what's my next steps? I think I want to become a coach. So that person who you reached out to, they're going to walk you through basically what's called creating a share card order or a sign up. They're going to help you get signed up to be a coach. So there's a couple different ways to sign up to be a coach. If you got a challenge pack in the past, or like a completion pack, something like that, and if you're not sure, they'll help you with that. The coach sign-up fee is waived. Usually the coach sign-up fee is $40. I'm approximating it between the US and Canadian dollar amount. It's about $40. But if you previously got a challenge pack, that fee's waived. You actually, well, you got to pay it. You sign up with it and then you fill out a reimbursement form. Boom, your sign-up is free. If you have never got a package before, like you don't have Beachbody On Demand, you don't have Shakeology, but you'd like it bundled at a crazy discount, it's like $160 to get Beachbody On Demand for the full year, a brand new program, and a month's supply of Shakeology, or our pre-workout and recovery formula, $160, which is nuts. But anyways, the coach sign-up fee is waived with that too. Okay, so free to sign up to be a coach. If you're like, no, I have everything I need, I just will sign up with the coach sign up fee, it's $40 to sign up, which again, like, blows my mind. We actually also own a franchise store, a franchise restaurant, and I just think the amount of income my husband needed to open that up and also run it now, the expenses is just mind-blowing compared to my online business, and we're actually considering selling that physical business now. But that's what signing up looks like. So they'll help you officially get signed up, and once you do that, you complete the sign up, they're going to send you our new coach training. That's it. It's online. You work through it at your own pace, and they're going to welcome you into our team pages if you have Facebook. If you don't, that's fine. We have plenty of successful coaches who don't have Facebook. But if you do, you'll be welcomed into our team pages where you can get more support. And then they're going to help you. They're going to text you or call you or email, whatever you prefer. And they're going to help answer your questions, because you're going to have a lot of questions, and questions are good. It means you're learning, you're taking action. You watched a training video, but something wasn't clear. So you need to clarify and ask them. Your coach wants you to ask questions. If you're not asking questions, it usually means you're not doing anything. If you've gone silent, we're like checking in. We're like, are you doing anything? And they're like, actually, no. So we want questions. Questions are good. And then, I mean, you just implement what you've learned. You'll have the checklist for what you do every day. I recommend getting a day planner, so you can schedule in, just like you schedule in, okay, when is my workout going to be? You schedule in, okay, when is my work time going to be? And honestly, you'll find, like, you do that checklist, you do it every single day for the next 5 or 6 years, and you'll probably be doing one of these calls yourself with an income progression graphic that you made yourself. So that's the next steps, really easy. Who invited you here? Let them know if this is right for you or not, and they'll pretty much take it from there. They'll walk you through everything step by step. They'll answer any more questions you might have, and then you'll be added to our team pages, where you'll probably see one of our beautiful faces with no makeup on, sweaty post-workout, because that's usually how we show up. We don't show up, I'm not even that put together, but we usually don't show up like this. It's usually looking a little rough and real, but hey, you'll see our faces in probably one of those team pages live as soon as you sign up. So that's simple. That's kind of the next step. And what we encourage everybody to do is start their new coach training this coming Monday. Usually if people put this on hold, a month or two is going to go by, and they're going to be like, oh, like, why didn't I just start 2 months ago? I could have already been so much further ahead. Just like a fitness program, right? So many people are messaging me now, and they're saying more, like, because I'm going into my final week of this new 6-week 10 rounds program. They're like, Morgan, like, I think I want to do this. I watched you when you started it 6 weeks ago, and I just wish I would have started with you 6 weeks ago. Like, I see your results. So don't let that happen with this either. Like, if it's right for you, reach out to your coach tonight. They'll talk with you over the weekend. You can start the new coach training on Monday. Okay, that's what I recommend doing. So I'm going to pass it over to Kirsten just to wrap us up, and we're out of here.
Okay, you guys, that was a lot of information, and I hope that you feel inspired and excited. I know for a fact that no matter who you sign up with within our networks here, you are going to be in such good hands. You are going to be in such good hands and among good people, and it's a wonderful community. I'm excited for you. And thank you for spending an hour of your Friday night with us. That is so awesome. That shows me already that you guys are in it. Like, you are excited, and you are willing to learn and make an informed decision. So we hope we've given you the appropriate insight that you need to make that decision, and also help you realize that you are more than capable to do this. If we can, you can. You know, we don't come from backgrounds, of social media gurus. We don't come from backgrounds of business training. None of us are, professional. Well, I guess Jin's the closest to a professional athlete. So a collegiate athlete, that's about as close as we get. And I think you just need to know that you have everything that you need right now to do this. You are qualified as of right now. You are qualified. And truly, we have never been busier than we have been right now. The numbers are off the charts. We need your help, truly. There's someone out there that needs you. They need to hear your story, not mine, not Morgan's, not Jin's. They need your story. Someone out there is waiting for you to be a coach, because they are going to relate to you and only you. And I want you to know that you have that power to change a life. And that's a pretty powerful thing. This is fun and it's exciting and it's a lot of sisterhood, but knowing that you can play a small part in changing someone's life, even if it's just helping them feel good in their jeans, helping them refer a program that helps them feel confident in their clothes. Or maybe you help them overcome maybe some anxiety that they've been dealing with, and fitness is helping them feel a bit of relief. So just know that you can play a hand in helping somebody. And I hope that if you feel called to do this, that you give it a fair shot, you give it a try. Don't wait, like Morgan said, don't wait and watch us do this for another year, another month. Don't watch us do this. If you have a calling to do this, you should give it a shot, because it may very well change the trajectory of your life too. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. That is all we have for you tonight. And if you have questions, and if you have, the excitement in you and you want to get started tonight, your coach is ready to hear from you. So thank you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.